Alright. So, last time we were playing,
You've got dads.
we tried to romance Robert, and that absolutely did not go well. He hated me, but whatever. So, let's see, we've done Brian, Robert, and Craig. So, let's do Hugo next. Yeah. Can everybody hear me okay? There we go. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message. I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. Holy moly. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way that you could come by and replace them? Uh-oh. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class, I need as much help as I can get. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. Hey, how was middle school for you? Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible. Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40 plus hours a week, doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day, top 40s pop. Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? I didn't like it. I had my first crush in middle school and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs, you hurt me and I'll never forget. Ooh, if that ain't me, I don't know what is. So I see one person's watching. Is there any way you guys could, hit me up and tell me that the audio sounds okay, good, bad? Alexis Stuggs, okay. What'd she do to you? I stare off into middle distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. Then I remembered the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham, him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it. See, middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone in middle school. In his middle school class. To the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? The last field trip I got to go on was to the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory. Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore?
Whoa!
No, it's because Bobby Wellingham threw up in one of the vats of clam chowder and I'm the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me. Girl, retweet. Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past. Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vigor sounds like he could use the help. Plus you get to hang out with the cool fish. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. What, are you worried that a whale is going to pop out of the tank and touch... Whoa. What, are you worried that a whale is going to pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Don't you put fear in my heart. Well, do they have penguins there? I don't think so. Yes, they have penguins there.
Yes!
And it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of ocean. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me an address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. My precious girl. I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around the teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo! Ooh, I can never get past his, like, little voice quips like that. It's just so loud. It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar.
Oh.
Great, well it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here. Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground, playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start. Can you guys put your phones away? All of the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo, then they go back to texting. At least they're quiet? Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it. There's no way. They're busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all. We'll see. The classes start filing into the aquarium. Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes. This will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab sheets of paper from Hugo. What's in the packet?
Hey.
Honestly, it's just busy work so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asks them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hack. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books?
Oh.
We just did it on the Old Man and the Sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays. Gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal section of tropical fish. While the kids sat on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to the large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines. Pufferfish? Oh, that right there is a lionfish. Did you know their stomachs can expand up to 30 times the size? Whoa.
Oh.
Their spines are venomous too. Nature is hardcore.
Oh.
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Hey.
That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they just, like, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless so long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them?
Oh.
Tissue necrosis. I think that's dead skin. Cool.
Hey.
Nature is wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Hey, see the fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the... I don't think either of these two are real fish, so...
Oh.
Yeah? Did you know that? Political, psychiatric, or let's do paranormal. The fish sleeps upside down, but contrary to popular belief, it's not an actual vampire. That's the vampire fish.
Oh.
Wait, are you serious? Absolutely not. I'm playing it for the gag here. Haha, good one. Aww, he's so cute. We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids, starting a fight over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room, reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder.
Hmm. Hmm? Ah. What? Eh. Hmm? Ah. Ah. Hey. Hey. Yes. Oh. Whoa! Hmm. Oh. Eh. Uh...
Block that bird! Drive that team!
Oh, oops. I didn't even realize my mic was still muted. Woo! Glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo's wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech.
Hey!
That's why I think penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was the thought that counts. No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. You owe me $8.
Whoa!
What? I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan, I suppose so they can compare animal beef notes.
Hmm?
You're not off the hook, Molly.
Oh.
Jordan, did you just bribe a child? Let's save. You can't play by the rules when there are penguins involved. Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. That me knows different. I only wish I could go back. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. Ooh, I don't think you like that very much. Let's try that again. I bribed a child. I'm not proud of what I've done. Okay, well, now he's happy. I'm not proud of it either. Or the fact that my penguin fact, TM, lecture. But at least we have got her out. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop and we make our way back out to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load onto the buses, Hugo pulls me aside.
Hey!
Hey Jordan, thank you so much for helping me out today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun.
Hey!
Let me take you out next time to make it up for you. You like cheese boards? There's nothing. Yeah. Great, well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where Panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin.
Dad!
We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before the employees saw. You got into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud? He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go and rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. Woo!
I'm JK rolling with delight.
Oh my god. That was a voice for sure.
Welcome. You've
All
got
right.
dads.
Let's go for Damien. Okay. Let's do weird. Weird vampire guy. Well, what have we got to lose? Damien seemed really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I navigate to Damien's dad book page and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing. And typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to go make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee, and the computer finally dings. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can I scroll up? Stare at the screen and reread the letter several more times. Hey, Amanda. Can you help me with something?
Ugh.
Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimpled. No. Can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand net speak. Like, is this how kids communicate with each other now?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad, kids got over saying lol and lamau or whatever and decided what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do I do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will we address the nobleman in regards to your upcoming debutante ball? Oof. Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know about it and back to me, aren't you? Like the first 5 pages when I read a review of the movie. Still got a B, though. Great, so what do I say to Damien?
Yeah.
I got this. Amanda reaches over and types on the keyboard. Sure thing, dude. Regards. Amanda hits send and smiles at me. Well, I suppose that's that. I take a short walk over to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house. It's more of a manor, estate. The Gothic architecture looms above the other homes in the cul-de-sac. I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. I pull the large, ornate carved bat's door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door slowly creaks open. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of whom I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams behind me. Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like of all people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? Jordan, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing on top of a majestic staircase, with a walking candle holder. What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry, there's a draft. And the door creeping open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and parlor again for some reason.
Oh!
This is one of the older homes on the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how rebellious teenage years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish.
Oh.
And this is the library. Sunlight streams in from the floor-to-ceiling arched windows. These walls are lined with packed bookshelves, and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly proud of this room. Let's pick up a book. You know, Jordan, in the Victorian era, there was some controversy around reading. Many people thought the more tawdry novels would encourage youth to a life of crime. It would cause too much distraction from work and school. I pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read aloud. Naruto struggled against the chains that Sasuke had bound him with. Shirtless and out of breath, he looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants. What? What on earth? Okay, I think that's enough. What? Does he write Naruto fanfiction? Oh, he's my favorite now. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it onto the shelf. That's a rare book from my private collection. Oh my god, he reads Naruto fanfiction. I walk up to the glass of pinned butterflies on the wall. It's pretty but impressive. Nice bug. I'd pinned them all myself. Maybe I could show you how sometime. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. The pinner's gambit. Is that a thing? No. Let's look at the window. I walk to the window and greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups with his daughters on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves. Happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn. Did you know that Victorians spend at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really? No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Please, will you join me for tea? I followed Damien to his sitting room, where finger foods have already been set out upon a beautiful, tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What?
How delightful!
It's a common misconception that high tea refers to wealth or class of people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers to both the later time of the day that the working class had to enjoy the tea, and the height of the tables on which they were served. Oh. My dear friend, we're currently enjoying an afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is really impressive. Seems like you really have put a lot of work into this place. Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before. Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place. Look at what you've done. I'm kind of jealous. That's very generous of you to say. What got you so interested in goth stuff? Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Sorry? Haha, did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious? Of course. That's a My Chemical Romance joke. But it's, you know, the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. He takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge that there were many very terrible things about the Victorian era, but I still try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals. And try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and loving them the same. Tell me, Jordan, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. Please, do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sounds sophisticated. Well, love me some word jumbles. 'Cause I think that's the honest thing. I think we told one of the other dads we like doing word jumbles with Brian. Or, I think it was Brian, but I think we did word jumbles, or told one of the other dads we like word jumbles. The written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, you know? And, I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. It's poetic, really. Oh, so you're a writer? In a sense. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches. Come, I have one more thing to show you. Damien takes me around the back of his home, where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through the and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be very careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off a vine. Lilium bulbiferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? My loins are ablaze. Thou art the tightest. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. I think that's an album. I know this one's not, but let's try this one. The orange lily is actually a symbolic of pure hatred. That's not something I knew, actually. Well, and that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. So what's your favorite type of flower? I actually love carnations, but I might have to say honeysuckle. They smell really good, and then you can eat the tiniest little drops of nectar when you pull the stem. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. He would put together a bouquet for me? Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a phone rings. Oh, Jordan, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls a cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised, but it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to his house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little more effort into the garden Amanda and I tried one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle.
Fix that guard.
Ooh, fix that garg. Ooh. That doesn't look right. Okay, that looks right. Then this. That looks right. No, absolutely not. That's the head. Oh my god, I have to do it upside down too. Oh no. That looks right.
Goal!
Hooray! I didn't break his stuff. Whew, that was a close one. Uh-oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset. Jordan, my sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything alright? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucien. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school, post haste. Do you need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together.
Huh.
You're right. This is one of Lucien's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go. Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo.
I don't know.
Hey, Damien. You're in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like Hugo and Damien's first time to the my kids are in trouble rodeo. What is it this time?
Oh.
This, Damien? You have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay at a creepy basement. We find another teacher in a boiler room, tucked away at the back of the basement. With him are Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened? Ernest punched me. Lucien tried to kill me. The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was trying to build a brick wall around you to see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa, wait a second. Lucien, did you try to cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I was actually talking about this today. How funny is that? I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turn to Damien and whisper to him. What's Cask of Amontillado? It is a short story about a guy who, puts another guy in, so there's a brick wall, I think the guy's drunk, and he, pushes him against a wall, and the guy, collapses or falls asleep, or whatever, I don't remember exactly. But he puts up another brick wall in front of this guy, and I think he dies. It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down his cellar with the promise of wine, of fine vintage, and then buries him alive behind a brick wall. Yeah. It's a lovely story. So wait, Lucien, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for 20 minutes because he's an idiot, and then he realized that I lied about the wine. You were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes. Dad?
What?
It took you 20 minutes? Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the Cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize when Lucien was luring you to an elaborate ruse. Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and read a review of the movie.
Whoa.
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie. Haha, yeah, you're right. I paid Lucien to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me, so when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucien high-five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your sum home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head upstairs and out of the school in tense silence. Damn, Lucien. Whoa. Lucien, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin the drive home. Lucien immediately puts up his hood, stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. but I care about you and I see that you're still struggling, so if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend next week looking for a summer job, I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucien continues staring out the window. Love you too. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull up into the driveway, Lucien hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright, and all things considered, Lucien's bricklaying was pretty cool, so there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would have done us any favors. It really does. You're a good dad. See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home and find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket, watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo! What you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers, Extreme Edition. Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth, while standing in an entire, extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular-sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucien, since he tried to. You lured Ernest down the cellar with the promise of fine vintage, and then tried to brick him into the wall, right? How did you know that? Has everybody read this story except for me? Yeah. Lucien livestreamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. The Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company. And a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too.
Wow, my stars, this... Never in a million moons have I had a date such as exquisite as this one.
Amontillado dad math. That's funny.
Welcome. You've got dads.
What time is it? Let's save here, and I think we have time for one more, and then I gotta go get ready for work. Let's see. So we're between Matt and Joseph. Let's do Joseph. I want to know what's going on with him and Mary. His family's a little weird, but Joseph seems cool. I should take him up on his offer to hang out. Wait, how do I hang out with a priest? I don't go to church. Should I be Jesus-y? I imagine Joseph's family staring at me as I fumble through some sort of prayer attempt. Maybe not too Jesus-y. A light smattering of Jesus. Will he want me to pray? Is he going to pray at me? Do I have to pray at him? Talking to Joseph, huh? Gah! Amanda, how many times have I told you not to sneak up on me like that? I selectively ignore it every time you do, Pops. Amanda looks at me over my shoulder at the screen. Joseph can't read your mind, you know. If you want to talk, just message him. But I've never been friends with a priest before. What do I talk about? My favorite Bible passages? Ice cream socials? Khakis? Yeah. First of all, he's a youth minister with a tattoo, not a priest. There's a difference? Dad! You're overthinking it, Dad. Listen, just put it like this. Ugh. Hello, neighbor. Thanks again for the invite to the barbecue. I'd love to hang out soon if you're not busy. Isn't that a little too business casual? Fine, give me the keyword. I got this. Amanda focuses on the keys. The smiley is a nice touch. Almost immediately I receive a response. What'd he say? Hi Jordan, if you're not doing anything in a bit, the kids and I are baking treats for the church bake sale today and we'd love to have you over. It'd be a blast, so let me know. Joseph. Oh, that wasn't too bad. He uses a lot of exclamation points. I'm more concerned about him signing his name with a tilde. I'm willing to let it slide this time. I respond back. Sounds like fun, Jordan. Well, I guess I'm doing this. Save a brownie for me? Promise you won't sneak up on me anymore. Amanda stares at me unblinking. I don't make promises I can't keep. Real to a fault, Pops. And Dad? Please don't be weird about the religion thing. Me? Weird? Never. I make the short walk over to Joseph's place. Don't be weird, Jordan. But what if they hang up a bunch of crosses or collect those little porcelain babies? What if they're all praying? Do they pray before dinner? During dinner? Over the porcelain babies? The door begins to creak open, a shadowy figure obscured on the other side. Who's there? Jordan? The door opens the rest of the way. It's Joseph's eldest. What's his name? Hey. Hey, I think this one's name is Christian. I think. It's Chris. Oop. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Hi again. I'm Jordan. I know what your name is. Oh yeah, we met at the barbecue. How's the, Please don't say hit. Jesus? Chris blinks slowly. Maybe he didn't hear that. You're weird. Is your dad? Before I finish, Chris walks into the adjacent room, leaving me in the front open doorway. Home? This was a great first impression. For a moment, I wonder if I should just go in, further subjecting Joseph's family to my winning attitude and artful charisma. Mercifully, he peeks his head around the corner.
Oh.
Jordan, you made it. Joseph approaches with his arms wide. I'm so glad you can come by. Are you ready to bake? I am not. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. That's the kind of semi-confidence I like to see in a baking assistant. Come on in.
Hey.
Joseph leads me into the bright, spacious home filled with nautical knickknacks. This isn't what I imagined at all. It's actually pretty charming.
Aye.
I believe you met Chris, who left you outside. Chris? Are you going to apologize? Oh, right. Sorry. I try to make eye contact with Chris, but he keeps looking away. He must be really shy. It's alright. Next time just be a little more inviting to our guests, okay? Sure. Chris seems to relish the chance to escape the conversation and quickly vanishes into his room. Joseph turns to me apologetically. Don't take it personally. Chris likes to keep to himself. I mean, we didn't start off in the best foot of the world. Plus, being the eldest in a big family can't be easy. We try to cut him a little slack where we can. Ah, and here are the twins, Christian, Christy. Say hello to Jordan. Hello, Father. Hello, Jordan. Kids, come on, dial it back on the creepy twin shtick. Creepy twin shtick? Maybe it's better if I don't shift the power dynamic onto the creepy nightmare twins. Are you guys going to help us bake? We don't want to bake. Well, okay. What do you want to do? We have to perform surgery. Guys, we've been over this. Please stop cutting open your toys.
Hey.
Christian and Christy run out of the room giggling. After a second of relative silence, Joseph turns to me, grinning sheepishly. You ever have more than one kid, Jordan? Nope.
Good one.
You should try it. We both start to laugh, but are interrupted by a loud crash from the kitchen. What now? That doesn't sound good. Christy? No one responds. Joseph furrows his brow and motions for me to stay where I am. Wait here a minute. Joseph rushes into the kitchen. I remember this with Amanda. Half of fatherhood is trying to keep your kids from finding creative ways to kill themselves, and he's got 4. Talk about worry. I take a seat on a surprisingly pristine couch and twiddle my thumbs. Let's look at the bookshelf. It's a pretty sturdy wooden bookshelf. It looks handmade. Did Joseph build this? There's a big stack of what looks like travel magazines. Hyenas of the Serengeti, the underwater mysteries of the Antarctic, and so on and so on. Seems like Joseph really loves a good adventure. Unless this is a Mary thing, who knows? Next to them are a couple of different Bibles. Looks like he's covering all of the Bible bases. King James, New American Standard, the Bible for teens. He is a cool youth minister after all. On a higher shelf there are a bunch of old romance novels. Judging by the wine stains, these must be Mary's. The newest one looks like Hot Body Johnson Sex Detective. The 8th installment in... Wait, is this a series? Let's look at the coffee table. There's a couple cool knickknacks on the coffee table in front of me. Hey, a cross. Hey, another cross. This one looks a little different. And a third cross. Unified design aesthetic. Smart choices. There's also a brass thing here. It looks like something a sailor would use to navigate with. I think they're called sextants. Heh, say. Well, you have this many kids and things are bound to end up on the floor, no matter how hard you try and keep it clean. I spot a terrifying cloth doll that appears to have had both arms pulled off several times. It's been stitched back together a lot. The tag says C plus C, of course. I set that down and spot out a houseplant. Hey, little guy. Keep being you, tiny houseplant. I spot one last thing on the floor next to the houseplant. It's a silver necklace. Wow, this looks expensive for something so casually tossed on the floor. If there's a story here, it's none of my business. It's been a while. I guess I should go to the kitchen and see what's up.
Oh.
I walk into the kitchen and find Joseph holding Christy with one arm. She seems a lot calmer than she was a minute ago. I raise an eyebrow at Joseph. The twins are a lot more manageable when they're separated. Where's Christian?
Yeah.
He ran off. Christy dips a spoon into the brownie batter and gives it a taste. Dad, it's too sweet. You're too sweet. No, I'm not.
Oh.
You're so sweet that we might have to water you down with spiders. No, not spiders. Joseph begins tickling Christy with his free hand. Between the laughing and squirming, I don't know how he's got a hold of her, but that girl is locked in place. The man is a professional child wrangler. Christy fixes me with her best puppy dog eyes. Save me from the spiders. Renegade option? Let's spoon duel with the Spider King. I grab a wooden spoon and point it in Joseph's direction. Unhand her, you foul beast. Okay, Jordan the Valiant, let's see what you've got. You may have defeated me at Tarantula Ridge, but now I have the upper hand. Joseph gently puts Christy down behind him. Have you come to squash me, knight? Or have you merely fallen into my web? I am no mere fly, Spider King. Now on guard! Ah! For a moment, Joseph and I mock duel with the two dumbest-looking spoons in the room. I eventually strike a killing blow in the invisible heart between his arms and his body, and Joseph recoils in horror. Last, I am defeated. You could never best me, Spider King, for I have the power of... I sneak a taste of the brownie batter. The magic? Oh man, that is way too sweet. Christy begins jumping up and down excitedly. My hero! Christy hugs my leg before making a surprise exit. Hey wait, don't you want to bake brownies with us? Christy hesitates, then shakes her head no again. Sparkle Pony. Sparkle Pony? Joseph looks confused. You don't want to bake with Dad now? You want to play with Sparkle Pony? Yes. Okay, go. Before Joseph can even finish his sentence, Christy is out of the door and down the hall. Ahead. Joseph sighs deeply as he stares into the chocolate batter. He tastes it again, face twisting. That is still way too sweet. So what made that crash? Egg beaters on linoleum floor. That's my new techno single. Still haven't thought of a B-side. Now we're both looking into the batter. It's got a sickly sheen of sugar and chocolate candy throughout it. I have a feeling Christy had something to do with it. We need a fresh start. Oh, yeah, like I said, I'm not really a baker, but...
Hey.
Don't even sweat it. That bag came with instructions that mysteriously vanished along with my daughter, so we'll probably be fine. Probably.
Nice.
Yeah, probably. He certainly looks confident. Alright, Jordan, you baked a cake from a box before, once. How hard could this be? Now grab a spoon and get ready to rock. Mario Batali, save me. Joseph and I set to work cracking eggs and mixing the things and pouring the things according to how we assumed the back of the box would tell us to. Things go according to plan, and soon enough we have a solid batch of brownies.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Wait. Joseph had a little dot of batter on his nose. Wow, Jordan. Way to use those dad skills. I bet you've baked a few box mixes in your time. His nose. Joseph? All we have to do is bring these to the bake sale and voila! Duty done. Now would you help me find Christy? Keep your eye out for that pony that sparkles. Joseph, hold still. What? Thumb in position, and got it. Joseph's eyes go wide as I gently wipe the chocolate off his nose. Is he blushing? Oh, thanks. No problem. In less than a second, I've licked the batter off my finger. It's really good batter. We should find Christy. Yes, we should. Do that, Jordan. Joseph quickly composes himself. Alright, she can't be far. You take the delta position and I'll watch your 6. Do you even know what that means? Alpha Tango Sparkle. Roger, roger. Joseph starts making his way down the hall and calls back to me. Take the brownies and the rest of the stuff I baked earlier today while I get Christy. We'll meet you by the car.
Oh.
Joseph, Christy, and I arrive at the church parking lot and fold out tables and pop-up tents already set up. Looks like the bake sale is already in full swing. Wow, this place is packed. This is packed? There are a few people milling around. Must be a value pack. If you can count a city's populations on your fingers and toes, this counts as packed. Point. Christy rockets out of the car and into the lot. Is she running on jet fuel? I want to sell brownies. Okay, let's get set up. I want to see Mom.
Oh.
She's down by the other row of tables helping out with another group. Want to go over there and tell her I say hi? Mom! Christy zips off immediately. Joseph seems unconcerned. Does she always run that fast? Yeah, and I can only catch her half the time. These knees aren't what they used to be. I remember when Amanda was her age, I couldn't get her to sit still for more than 5 seconds. Yeah, great age to deal with. While Christy's gone, Joseph and I arrange all of our baked goods on the table and settle in. So, are we allowed to eat any of our own goods? Look, if I don't see nothing, I don't say nothing. The man upstairs has strong feelings about snitches. Does he actually? Joseph shrugs. He eats a brownie. It looks like some of the other stalls are selling drinks, little handmade crafts, and other sweets. Whoa, someone brought a soft serve ice cream machine. I gestured to it. How are we supposed to compete with that? Please, this is my first time to the rodeo. The bake sale rodeo. There are actually no rodeo here. It's just a bake sale. I think you and I put together can make one pretty convincing argument for these brownies, don't you? I mean, as much as I want to do that one. We high-five. If you bake it, they will come. It's not long before we have our first customers. Hey, dude! Hiya! Matt, Carmencita! Great to see you guys out here. Happy to support a good cause. Plus, you know, as the owner and proprietor of the Coffee Spoon, an establishment that specializes in baked goods, I have to scope out the competition. Joseph leans close to me. This guy knows his stuff. Stay on your toes. So, what recipe did you use for these brownies? Don't say that you used the box recipe. Don't say that you used the boxed recipe. It's just how Nana used to make. Let me tell you the story, Matt. The way we used to make brownies in the old country? Yeah, that was all thanks to Chris. Travelers from far and wide would make the pilgrimage to our sleepy little town, simply to be amazed by the masterful use of chocolate. All that knowledge, all that experience, it was passed on to me. Ha, sure. Joseph leans over again to me. Lying is literally one of the 10 things we try not to do. But it was a joke. It was clearly a joke. But, alright. Alright. We'll take 2. Actually, we'll take 3. I ring them up and high-five Joseph as our happy customers walk away. See? Not so hard. Yeah, I'm hot off the good feelings from the last sale. Who's next? We sell brownies to a bunch of people I don't recognize, but who clearly know Joseph. Eventually another familiar face pops up. Woo, Jordan! It's Brian. Best dad. Close enough. Can we interest you in any of our fine sweets and treats? You sure can. I bet I could eat 10 brownies. Must. Resist. Urge to be competitive. That's the man. Just let him buy his brownies too. So we'll put you down for 10? Ha! Better make it just 2. 1 for me and 1 for Daisy. Coming right up. You excited for the youth group movie night, Daisy? Yeah, what's the movie?
Oh.
It's a surprise. Joseph leans over to me. It's the Fast and the Furious. Really? If you think about it, there's some heavy religious undertones. Ooh. Joseph hands a baggie to Daisy. I made sure to give you guys the edges. Clearly the superior part of the brownie topography. Thanks, Joseph. Our 2 customers walk off with their purchases. Joseph and I survey our stock. These are selling pretty hot. At this rate, we'll have enough money to pay for the new paint job on the church pews in no time. Wait, what happened to the pews? Ernest spray painted his rapper alias onto them. Young Steinbeck. I would have gone for a young man in the sea, but I can respect that. Speaking in ministerial terms, Ernest is hard to reach. In father terms, Ernest is kind of a turd. Being a cool youth minister seems like a lot of work. It is, but it's worth it. Although, sometimes I wish... Never mind. What? It's kind of silly, but... You ever wish you could just drop everything and go lounge around on a beach somewhere in the tropics, drink fruity blended beverages, fall asleep on a hammock? You know, basically live out a Jimmy Buffett song. Joseph, I think about this every single day of my life. My dream is to live in Margaritaville. One day, my friend, one day we'll be on island time. We make a couple more sales to some church patrons. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Off in the distance, I spot my old buddy Craig. Craig! He's gonna be hard to sell. Craig's a fitness man. I think he comes to these bake sales to test himself, to see if he really has the resolve to refuse processed sugar. Are you sure you're ready for this? We go way back. I got this. Craig jogs up to our table with Briar and Hazel in tow. They're each finishing an ice cream cone, so it's unlikely we're going to sell them on brownies, too. Probably won't be able to sell to the baby. She's impossible to read. It all comes down to Craig.
Oh.
Hey, bros. Hi, Uncle Joseph. Hi, Amanda's dad. Would you be interested in one of our delicious homemade brownies? I don't know. Let's tempt him. You know, Craig, if you really wanted to, you could hit a couple of these stalls and craft yourself a brownie sundae. Get some soft serve, a brownie from your good friend Jordan. I think there's a table down there that's selling freshly baked cookies hot out of the oven. Treat yourself. You deserve it. That's a tempting offer, Jordan, but I've got some chia mango pudding at home that I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm gonna have to pass. Ah, suit yourself. The day winds down and we're pretty much out of items to sell. Everyone starts packing up. Christy eventually comes back and immediately falls asleep in Joseph's folding chair. Box mix, huh?
Ugh.
Mary saunters up to us. She looked like she'd rather be anywhere else than here. Oh, hi, honey. Yep, they're selling like hotcakes. Which is, actually, they're just brownies.
Oh.
Cute, and boring, and safe. Hey, Mary. Mary's eyes dart open to me. What's the rookie doing here? I was hoping to introduce Jordan to the rest of the community. Uh-huh. You get a load of this freak show? What?
Hey.
Weird folk is all. Holier than thou types.
Hey.
Don't you think, Jordan?
Oh.
Mary,
Come on.
let the kid answer the question. They seem nice. They all seem nice. They're really excited to help out the church. That's pretty cool, I guess. Mary, can we talk about this later?
Come on.
Oh, am I embarrassing you in front of your new friend? Joseph doesn't respond, trying his hardest to keep his cool. Can we please talk about this later?
Oh my god.
Sure thing, honey bear. Mary turns her attention to me. Hand over the cash. Jesus, I'm not trying to rob you. I'm in charge of the funds here. I hand over the cash we've made. It feels like a hefty wad if I say so myself.
Ah.
Thanks.
Hey.
Now give me your wallet. What?
Hey.
Give me your wallet. You think the church is going to fix itself? Mary. I'm kidding, sorry. I'll work on the whole pretending to be happy thing. Mary leans in and whispers to me.
Ah.
He's really good at it. Mary walks off without saying goodbye. Yeesh. I'm really sorry about that. Are you okay? She really likes pushing your buttons, huh? Joseph shrugs. No marriage is perfect. You ready to head out? Joseph and I load folding tables back into the car. Christy nods off the moment Joseph straps her into her card seat. I drop Joseph off at the front door of his house. A small yawn sneaks out of me. Looks like I tuckered you out, huh? I'm a sleepy dad. I think I may be crashing from all the sugar. Ha, I won't keep you up then. Thanks for helping me out today. Happy to do it. Also happy to eat brownies. Well, next time I promise we'll do something a bit more exciting and a bit less free labor. And I'm sorry about the whole thing with Mary. You shouldn't have had to see that. It's fine, really. I know, but first hangout domestic problems aren't a good look. You barely know me. We make it up to you next time. It won't be Margaritaville, but we'll do something fun. Promise. I smile. I'd like that. Oh, and one last thing. Joseph tosses a cling-wrapped brownie through the window. It hits me in the face, but I'm able to catch it. It's the last one. You earned it. Joseph, please don't leave me alone with this brownie. Nope, too late. I'm already walking away. What? Bye! Joseph walks up to his home. He waves at me before carrying Christy inside. Well, looks like it's just you and me, Brownie. Let's save it for later. I pocket the brownie. This might come in handy down the road. I step inside and find Amanda doing homework on the couch. Hey, Father Unit. My child that I'm required by law to care for. How's homework? It's really fun and educational. Really? How long have you known me for? Right. How is the bake sale? Good. I think I really could have made a good life for myself as a brownie salesman. Glad to hear it. So what? Were there any extra brownies, or did you maybe sneak one, or... I think for a moment and realized that I still have a brownie that Joseph gave me. This probably would do better in someone else's stomach than mine. Heads up. Wait! I hurl the brownie towards Amanda. It hits the wall behind her and falls on the ground. Nice throw. She scoops up and smiles at me. Thanks, Pops. Hey, if you're not going to bed anytime soon, would you be game for some real shark hunters of Orange County? I thought that the last hunter got eaten by a shark. He did. I sit down next to her and cozy up with a blanket. Awesome. Aww. Okay, so that one was about 15 minutes. So if that's the case, we might do...
Yeah, I mean, you look great. That was fun.
Yeah, he didn't like that I lied, even though I was obviously making a joke. But whatever. Ugh. So...
Welcome! You've got dads!
Let's save. Matt's the only one left, so... Let's get... Alright. I think we have enough time to do Matt, and then I do have to get going. Actually, I don't think that's for the best. I think today might be the end, unfortunately. However, I do plan on streaming tomorrow. Yeah. I think we will do Matt and then start on a couple of the other dads tomorrow. So, I have a couple things to do tomorrow, but I plan on probably streaming maybe around 2:33 tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, maybe around 2:33 tomorrow. So I will definitely see you guys then, and I hope you had a great time watching. Thank you. Love you guys. Mwah.